Hello everyone and welcome back to the Loose Weight Podcast. I'm your host WackyTV and I'm joined here with Narcolept.
Hi.
And I'm Cluster the Clown.
I hit kids.
Good lad. And we're joined here today with a very special guest, Mr. BradDoesBanter.
Hi.
There we go. I don't know if this is your first time ever doing a proper interview on YouTube, but I say proper, we're on Discord, but I don't know.
I've done one or two. I did, but this is going back years ago now. So no one really cares about my opinions anymore. Do you know what I mean? I've sort of faded into the shadows.
Oh, don't worry, mate. We do.
That's why we got you on here.
Experience for me. This is quite humbling. This. I'm quite excited actually. I'm like, wow, they want to talk to me.
I know it's all about you as well. It makes it even better.
Is it all going to be about me?
Oh no, little.
I mean, we've got some topics. Some topics we want to.
Yeah, because I want to hear your opinion on certain things. I'm actually going to be asking you some personal favours as well, but we'll get there in a minute.
Yeah.
Question number one, mate. You good, mate? How you doing?
Am I good?
Yeah, you good.
Oh, what would be your reaction if I just said no? I've been slicing and dicing my arms. Like genuinely,
Mate, I try to help you. All right. I'd just be like,
what would be your honest reaction if I just broke down in tears?
What, like on the podcast?
Start laughing.
Mate, it'd be clipped straight onto TikTok. It'd be like a mental health fucking thing. I'd fucking try and profit off your fucking mental health as much as I could, to be honest. But...
No. I'd go the opposite route. I'd get all like the iNabber viewers and be like, look, we finally broke him.
Yeah,
Brad's gone.
that's the right answer. That's the right answer. You're thinking strategically there, and I respect that. I'm very good. I'm really good. Thank you for asking. I'm in a very good place in life.
That's good.
And stuff is good, mate. I'm probably the best I've ever been.
Oh, really? That's good to hear.
Yeah.
You know, you made it back. A comeback to YouTube. So, you know, shit's looking good.
Yeah, I mean, obviously the channel was still dead, but I reckon I can come back. I've had a couple of videos that have got into the searches and that, and now that I know that my channel's not blacklisted, I've had a few people say to me, yeah, no, it's not blacklisted now that it's got searches, and I'm just like, do you know what? I can take over. So I'm happy about that as well.
Like the J videos, they did pretty well. That's
what I mean, mate. So the fact that they got into like recommended, it's game over for everyone. Memeless, Will and E. I'm Alex. It's game over for Alex anyway, but you know.
Yeah. He could make a comeback.
You what? Sorry.
Could make a comeback. You just got.
Yeah, possibly.
Yeah, got to lean into a different audience now. Yeah.
I reckon if he just went the edgy route, and he said, look, whatever, I like hitting birds with bricks, he'd be fine. He'd get an audience out of that.
Yeah, do you think he will make a response though? Is he just going to ignore it?
I think, genuinely, I think he will. I think he'll do a sort of mental health apology, like I'm seeking therapy. Like I think what he's doing right now is he'll be like putting the building blocks in place to say, look, I'm changing, and he'll come back in like a month, and he'll come back and say, look, I've done this. So instead of coming back quick, he'll be doing all of this, putting therapy in place for himself and stuff, and then he'll go that route. Because Alex is a narcissist, and the thing is with narcissism is you will not let something like YouTube go. Do you know what I mean? Like you will keep doing YouTube because it is the attention that you crave. I know that from experience. So,
would you say that you were a bit of a narcissist though?
Yeah. Big time, mate.
I mean, Narco, I just fucking interrupt you because I'm a rude cunt.
Yeah,
go on.
Yeah, I reckon he should just start selling bricks.
Yeah. Just start.
Brad,
bricks or bricks?
Just Brad, any brick.
I don't know if you're aware, but apparently the police have gotten involved with this whole imallexx thing. Alice says, according to another YouTuber called Samuel, you talked to Alice, and apparently she's gone in contact with the police. And if that's the case, I feel like it's going to be a very long time since he responds. Since if the police are involved, he's a bit fucked.
Yeah, potentially. So is that like a new development, or is that something that has just been the case the entire time that the police have been involved?
I don't know about like if they've been involved the entire time. It's just something I've heard that
they read the Google Doc and were like, oh no.
Yeah. Either she went to them after releasing the doc, or if it was just a plan. I don't know, but right, I think it's going to be a while. I think since we
did he actually? I haven't read it because I'm not sad. But has he like actually physically hit her? Is it just verbal shit?
Well, it was.
I did read it, right, and
You're sad, though.
No, I am sad, but I just knew people had just been bringing it up to me constantly. And I think he dragged her to the floor, correct me if I'm wrong, and I think he kicked her as well.
Yeah, he put her in a headlock and like covered her mouth when she was like screaming like "get off."
Wait, what? No, no.
Yeah.
Did he actually? What the fuck?
Yeah.
Nah, realistically, how the fuck's she letting imallexx do that to her? He's fucking like skinny.
No, I saw like the image being posted around of him running in a kitchen in his underwear, but I don't know if that was related or was that just something else. I don't know.
He is really small in person. Like I've known birds like a lot bigger than him, but I think she's really small as well. She's just a tit-top bird, isn't she? So it's just one of them. But I read the full thing, and there are parts where she says she's hit him as well. But then it's
Self-defense, no? Or
yeah. That's it. At first, my initial reaction, I won't lie to you, was that I thought maybe there's more to this. And it's not a popular thing to say, but I just thought maybe it's not as cut and dry as it looks, because she was like teasing it, like she was teasing the Google doc, sorry, for like 2 months. Like I knew about this Alex stuff 2 months ago before it came to Twitter, because people had sent it me because she was teasing it on TikTok and stuff and like making sort of like, I don't know, it was like she was doing an album release and like doing trailers to it. So I just thought, no, genuinely. So I don't know whether or not the pendulum is gonna change direction with this one, and I doubt it, but I wouldn't be totally surprised if he comes back and says, no, look, this, and sort of changes. There's not much, like, he will never be able to like show that he is not a prick, because obviously he is, but I think there's a possibility that he might be able to show that it's not as black and white as we're all seeing, I think. But maybe that's just me not wanting my imallexx to be an abuser. Who knows?
not my imallexx. But
Not
yeah.
my imallexx.
I think he will. He's gonna probably. I think he'll make a comeback though. I don't know whether he'll be successful. Is up for debate, but
I don't know, man. That's
nah, he
very
will.
hard.
People forget the most heinous shit ever. We have pedophiles
I know,
that still
but
post
you-
on this platform, man.
I know, but you know his audience. They're like all liberal, like LGBT people, and he's been like Colossal is crazy. Said this. He's just like been pandering to like this specific group of people. And
Yeah.
after this shit has come out, like, I don't think. I mean, maybe he can make a comeback, but it's going to be really hard.
Mate, we still got Red Kiwis making Fortnite fucking videos of kids. He fucking
but
he wants to touch him.
I know, but that's different. Kids don't understand like pedophiles and stuff like that.
No, but still,
Yeah.
I mean, he's got the
No,
stupid
you're
blonde
right.
white bimbo audience. Where they're like, so it's like, I don't
You're
know.
right about the fact that he's created an audience that just, that's not the audience you want if you were to be hitting women with bricks.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
He can change it now. He's got a whole new audience. I'll support him now. Let's go. Women abuse.
You don't understand how many of my mates have said that in private, and I'm really starting to look at like the people I have around myself. I'm like, wait, what's going on in my life? A minute.
Are you sure they're jokes though?
I hope they are, mate. Fingers crossed.
Alright, the question 3 though, I know it goes a bit off topic, but it was supposed to be relating to the first couple questions, which was how is Big Shelly? You know, bit of a personal one, but here you go.
She actually died last week.
I'm so sorry to hear that. How come you ain't
Fucking
made no
hell.
video about it yet?
No, she's not dead. I don't know where I was gonna go with that one. I don't know if I was.
I was fucking hoping she wasn't then, because I just said, have you made a YouTube video about it yet? But anyway,
Day in the
Can you
casket of
imagine
my
she's
mum.
actually dead, and you're like, "Well, haven't you made a video yet?"
I just fucking
yeah,
pressed
no,
stop
she's
recording at
fucking-
that point. But go on.
She's good. She's really good. She's a right performer, my mum.
Yeah.
So she, you know, when I'm doing a live stream or whatever, she might try and get herself in.
She'll bring
Get
out the
herself-
gin and get a bit quirky on stream, you know.
That's it, mate. That's it. She's a proper performer. She loves the attention. So she never used to back in the day when I used to make the original videos with her. But yeah, she
Yeah.
she
You
loves.
used to like. I remember you got on one of your videos about Jake Paul, and you just had her sat in front of a green screen saying shit about him. So you know.
It's funny you mention that. We were actually watching that back the other day for the first time in years.
Yeah. Maybe you should relist them, mate, so I can do the fucking same. Just
I
saying.
can't. I get taken off YouTube. The ban you for videos that were okay when you posted them. Let's say a video was fine for the guidelines in 2016, but they'll now judge that on 2024 guidelines, which is abhorrent, if you ask me. It just makes no sense. So I've got to keep them all unlisted for
Do-
that reason.
Can't unlisted videos still get like taken down though for this shit?
Yeah.
Or
Yes, he can, but it really
lot
just
rarer.
depends. Yeah, so it just depends on how many people are reporting them. So if all of your videos are public and you piss off a group of people, let's say you go viral, let's say you do a Jay Slater video and it gets 50,000 new viewers, and it's all Facebook mums that want off with your head because you've insulted Jay Slater, and then they all go and report old videos that probably could do with a report. Do you know what I mean? Then it's just game over. So the difference with having them public and unlisted is night and day, really. Like,
Yeah.
it just lessens the risk.
well, not
I
even
swear Jay Slater tried beheading someone with a machete, didn't he?
Yeah, apparently.
fucking hell.
Thinks he's an ISIS, doesn't he?
Yeah.
I mean, speaking about unlisted videos, Brad. All right,
Hey, that was my
Jay
question.
here.
Yeah,
all
there we
right,
go.
WackyTV. He would really love the video you made about Vidal Riley. and
Oh my
Shannon
god, it's the
Briggs, all
fucking
right?
best video ever.
And here's the thing, right? I would like to see his video as well.
He's
'cause
never seen. I've always
seen
told
it.
him about the
No.
one, right?
I don't have it anymore, so
No,
No way.
yeah, I deleted it off YouTube because my friend at the time,
the Bashiverse guy.
Bashiverse guy.
He was the one that fucking started screaming, "I want to kill myself!" quoting the
yeah,
Bashiverse.
yeah. Jam the lad. He lost his mind when that blew up. Like, he pure had a breakdown over it. I was just like, oh mate, you know, it is what it is.
Look, views. You were
Yeah, no, mate, literally. Because obviously I've been doing this YouTube thing for so long now. I mean, at that point, I'd still been doing it for years. So it was water off a duck's back when that blew up. Because obviously I knew the intention, it were jokes, do you know what I mean? But he lost his mind a little bit with it, so I had to delete it for his sake. And I probably should say while I'm saying that he's so different now. He said now if that happened today, I just double down in blackface, and I was like, all right, let's not go that far. But yeah, man, no. So. Yeah, no, I don't have that anymore. I'm sure it's on YouTube though.
No,
I'm
it's
sure
not.
it's been reloaded.
It's not. It was. It got. I think that got taken down. I've scoured the internet. I've fucking tried the Wayback
right.
Machine. I've tried everything.
There'll be someone who has it.
There probably is, but they haven't
probably-
posted it. I've tried the Internet Archive fucking videos
True Geordie
channel as
will
well.
have it.
True,
Vidal
yeah,
Riley.
True Geordie probably does. I've tried messaging him, but he hasn't replied. Fucking, you know. But
All
no.
right, Geordie, can I have that racist video? Thank you, mate.
Mate, he don't give a shit. He fucking said something about Muslims, didn't he?
fucking poo.
It's like, what are you talking about, mate? I fucking hate Muslims and I like eating poo. That's like...
Do you know what's funny? I defended him when that happened.
Well,
I
I
actually defended him.
don't even remember what he said. It was something about Andrew Tate becoming a Muslim, and he was like...
Call him a terrorist, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah. So my whole thing, and the only reason why I defended him was because people were like, "Oh, look at this Islamophobic statement," and I was like, "You can't just change the context of what he's saying from a joke to a statement because you don't like him. It's a joke. I don't like True Geordie, but he was making a joke. He wasn't making a statement. You know what I mean? So I defended him, but I made a video shortly before he apologised, and I said, right, do not apologise because the only people who want you to apologise are the people who are out for blood, who love the cancel culture. The actual people who are probably a little bit offended, but like can move on with their lives because they have lives. They're not looking for an apology because they're no longer watching you. But they're not coming for your sponsors. The only people you're appeasing to are the people who want power over you. So the second you apologise, you're just giving them more power. So they'll go after you even more because these people aren't great people themselves. Do you know what I mean? So
Yeah, I remember he bent the knee on that one a bit because obviously I think his co-host was like a Muslim or whatever the
No,
fuck.
his co-host's wife was a Muslim.
Yeah, that was. So I don't know the full story. I don't watch True Geordie. I only know him for the fucking crying suicide forest Logan Paul video.
I mean, when True Geordie made that joke and like after he apologized, to me it just shows just how much of a fucking fake guy he is. Because I remember he called you out, Brad, for that joke you made about Vidal, and then he's making like jokes about fucking Muslims and shit like that. And then so it's like, okay, well then, are you really against these types of jokes, mate?
Mate, of course he's not. He's from the fucking north.
Yeah, he's he's Newcastle, mate. Can't get more north than that, apart from Scotland. So
if you're gonna play like the moral high ground on jokes, and this is for True Geordie and anyone like him, you need to do it for all jokes because you will eventually catch yourself out. Because people getting offended, it's so subjective that you'll say something that you don't think is that bad, and you've offended a large group of people. So if you're for jokes and if you're for that sort of humour, you've got to be for everything, I think. And that's why True Geordie shot himself in the foot, because he picks and chooses what he's for. Because a lot of people, I didn't know about Brody TV when he came at me, True Geordie, but a lot of people made that point that Brody TV is a YouTuber, very, very offensive. He's very funny. He's off his head, Brody. But a lot of people said, "Oh, True Geordie's promoted him," and Brody says worse stuff than I've ever said.
No,
Brody
yeah, he definitely has. His editing's a bit fucking ADHD, but he is a funny fucker.
Oh, he's nuts. He's nuts, but he's lovely though. He's so nice. Like I've spoke to him personally since then. He's a very, very nice lad. But he's off his head, and he said way worse than me. And obviously True Geordie's pumped him up and stuff. So that was a point that obviously I didn't know. Brody TV at the time, so I probably would have used that in my rebuttal against True Geordie, but that's a point that a lot of people made, and it is just that sort of like, you didn't like that joke because it's targeted towards someone who you know, but do you know what I mean? Such is life. Your friends on the internet, jokes like this exist. You know,
and he also probably knew it'd benefit him to defend him publicly as well. So.
Yeah, of course. That's all YouTubers, mate. Like everyone has like a chess playing mindset when it comes to YouTube. They're all fucking nerds, realistically.
Do you think True Geordie felt a need to respond, though, to your video because he was friends with Vidal? Or do you think it was just like a proper like one-up on you kind of thing? Just to look like a moral fella?
Yeah, no, I think it was just out of that friendship, probably, and just moral is it grandstanding it's called?
Something like that.
Yeah. So just sort of like appeasing to the Twitter crowd. I don't think he had anything personally against me. I mean, he said that he never heard of me before the Vidal joke. So, but I think with that and with situations like that, it's one of them where people who aren't familiar with me will look at what I've said and think, "Oh, this is cut and dry. This is case closed. Like everyone is going to agree with me, and everyone is going to hate this guy." And then they get the shock of their life because they find the only man on the internet who could look at a camera about a popular black man, bang on his chest like a gorilla, and then come out of it better than those two people after his response. You know what I mean? I am an anomaly.
Because sometimes racism is funny. I think that's what Kavos said.
That's it.
That was it. Yeah, I remember the video. I wish you still had your. I wonder if True Geordie does have it still. I bet he watches it in his spare time. I bet he reckons it's funny if he still has it. You know. Just he's does he have a wife or has he got a girlfriend?
I'm not sure, mate. I'm not sure.
I don't know. You're just like, Geordie, it's time for dinner, and you just hear fucking your video going like, Wah! And it's like.
Probably.
So you deleted it because of your friend then. So there was obviously no archive on the PC then that had. I see. This is how desperate I am for this video. There's no archive of it on a PC.
He was willing to give you like 200.
Man, I said honestly, I was gonna say if you have it and you're not gonna say no, I'll fucking give you money for it.
Oh no, mate! I'd send it you for free. It might be on like a drive somewhere, so I will have a good look. Because I thought it was still on YouTube re-uploaded. Cause
it was for a very long time, but I never downloaded it. I wish I did. Because the only archive there is actually at the moment is your good buddy Kavos, who posted like the first intro of it, and he was it was basically saying BradDoesBanter, YouTube's most racist YouTuber. Obviously just proving that he's a racist.
You know how many times I've tried to get that man to fight me, and he just avoided it.
I remember. Yeah, you even made a Twitter account for it.
I did, mate. I did. He just dodges it left, right, and centre. He really is. He really is a vulture. That boy. He really is, because this goes beyond mine and Kavos' personal interactions. Kavos is a man who, I've just observed him, he goes for weak targets. Like, if you have a leg missing, Kavos is the weak lion. Yeah, like if you're a gazelle with half of your body chopped off, Kavos is the weak lion that goes for that gazelle. Do you know what I mean? He really, there's something about that just rubs me the wrong way. I've never truly disliked anyone from YouTube, even True Geordie. Even like no one aside from Kavos. Kavos, really? I really truly do not like. Yeah.
What are your personal interactions, if you don't mind me asking?
They're limited. They were more back in the day. I mean, The last thing I said to Kavos, I had a Twitter at the time. I think the last thing I said directly to him, obviously he's seen stuff I've said and he's responded to my viewers and stuff like that about me and stuff. But the last thing I said directly to him was I tweeted at him, and it was a few months after the Vidal joke, and I think England were playing in Bulgaria. And the Bulgarian fans were doing monkey noises at our players because they were black, and obviously over in Eastern Europe, the actual racism over there is actually rampant. Them lot aren't joking; they're serious. You know what I mean? And Kavos had said something along the lines of, "Oh, I wonder if BradDoesBanter would just call that a racist joke or not." And then I quote tweeted what Kavos had said at the time. I must have had 5,000 followers on Twitter. I had this new Twitter account. I didn't have any followers on it. Kavos had hundreds of thousands, whatever. And I said, what did I say now? I said something along the lines of punching him in the jaw to fix his speech impediment, right? And I got more likes in an hour than Kavos did. I know I'm sounding like a knobhead right now, being like, "Oh, I've got more likes," but fuck that cunt, right? No one likes him. Fuck you, Kavos, if this gets back to you, dickhead.
Yeah, but never
Have you
had
ever seen
any...
him in person at like an event or all?
No, I wish, mate. I truly
that's a shame.
wish.
Really? You'd like to meet him?
Yeah.
What would you say?
I'd put it on him, mate. Big time. I think he's a bully. Like, I really, really do think he's a bully. I stand by that. I think he goes for people who are wounded. I don't think Kavos would never go for me now. Never in a million years, because I don't have. But if someone came at me now and got a bit of traction, Kavos would be right on it. But this is the thing. Kavos had no issue with me before the Vidal joke. He knew all about me. I had no issue, and that's just it. And then this point doesn't play as well anymore because imallexx now threatens women with bricks. But I used to think it was scummy that he used to always call out imallexx, because I've heard Kavos is 6'2", 6'3". imallexx is built like a true woman, and
Yeah, because he tried to meet him, didn't he?
Yeah. But he used to call him out for a boxing fight, mate. Like, what are you on about?
And Kavos, he also really wanted to fight RiceGum, and fucking RiceGum compared to Kavos.
Well, you say he only asked. I think he only asked once, to be fair, but you know.
No. He was like, he wanted a fucking boxing match with RiceGum, and then he was like, KSI said he would box Kavos, and Kavos said, "Yeah, fine, I'll do it, only if you get me a boxing match."
He used to be friends with RiceGum. I think there's a bit more personal drama with them too. I don't really remember what it is. I think it was some shit ago. Like Kavos said they were friends, and RiceGum got bigger, and he just didn't talk to him anymore. I think that's what it was. I don't know. I might be wrong. I promise
you, everything about the man just screams bully, in my opinion. Like, I know I'm quite an awful person. I'm self-aware. I know I say horrible things about people, but I really, but let's not take into account when I'm like 17, 18, but I really try not to punch down. Do you know what I mean? Like, you'll very rarely see me punching down. Like, I will punch above my weight when it comes to like who I'm making jokes about, and they're also just jokes. Kavos goes at people. He viciously goes at people, and it's always people who he thinks he can get the better of off the bat. And it's just something that really.
Is it just the imallexx videos that come to mind? Is there anything else? Just out of curiosity, not to put you on the spot, but what comes to your mind? Yeah, when you say punching down, what comes to your mind apart from imallexx?
Yeah.
You know what? These so. I just. Yeah, you have put me on the spot a bit.
I could actually answer that for you. I think
I would say Derv. Remember that back in the
No. There was even worse. Do you remember Morgs?
It's more just how he's been on Twitter. I've not paid attention to Kavos for a long time. I had a look when he was like to his response with imallexx, because I knew he'd be fucking coming. But I've not really paid attention to Kavos for a long time. But I do remember his tweets just used to be. I just got the impression that he was just calm with everyone until they had something going wrong with them, and then he'd jump on it. He'd never be the instigator. I'd respect him more if he went at people who I actually wouldn't have any issue with him. We won't be talking about him right now. If he went at people who no one goes at and he starts the fire. Do you get what I mean? But he's not the fire starter. He's the guy who just adds fuel. I don't know. There's something about that.
I think that's definitely true when it comes to his videos on KSI. I mean,
yeah,
he made about 50 million of those back in the day. But, you know, that's because, to be fair to him, KSI did call him out on stage on an upload event for whatever reason. I don't know why. So, you know, in that sense, he has a reason to dislike the guy. But it did feel like he was a bit, like you say, fueling the fire a bit too much there.
Yeah, I think with KSI, though, I wouldn't even use that example because KSI, you are punching up. Do you know what I mean? Like although Kavos may have been like obsessively going at KSI, KSI is KSI. Like, do
Yeah.
you know?
No, I know what I mean. I meant in the sense of like fueling the fire. I think when it
Yeah,
comes to
yeah,
like
yeah.
punching down, I don't know if you could say down because he had more subs, but he was like a young kid, I suppose. It sounds really cringe to say that. It was like Morgs. This is a deleted Kavos video now. I remember when it came out. I thought it was just funny as fuck, but he's like looking at Morgs and he's like 13, 12 or whatever. No, 13, 14. He's just calling him like a fat cunt the whole time, and I thought,
Yeah, because Morgs wanted McDonald's breakfast. He was like, "Oh, whoa, easy, Tubster. You've had enough McDonald's breakfast, you fat fuck."
yeah, I know. It was just like a fucking vlog. And it was so, I was just like, who's this guy?
No, but I think his Derv video was worse because he was like, Derv is a little shit, and his father like should have worn a condom and shit like that. And
Oh
Derv
yeah,
was
but
like,
that
"How
shit like
old
that,
was
that's just
Derv?"
funny. I think it's just funny to call him out
I know,
now.
but it was
Looking...
I know, but like on a child, like making a video on a fucking
Oh
child.
yeah, but like fucking hell.
I think that's fucked.
Nah, I don't
Yeah,
think it's fucked.
Yeah, I think so. Like making a video on a kid, mate. Like it's a
Nah,
fucking child.
I've done it. I can't complain.
Oh yeah, no, yeah, me too.
You want to about Port punching down, mate? I used to fucking find like
No, Brad,
kids with
I
like
remember
five
your
fucking...
I remember your Derv videos. I used to love them ones.
You know what? I guess I'm a bit of a hypocrite now that I'm actually speaking it out loud. But then again, everything I did was when I was 17, so you know that's the excuse I'll use.
Different
Like,
time, mate. You were in a dark place, weren't you?
I'll just fall
You were in a
back on
dark place. That's where it was.
That's it, mate. That's it. I was in a dark place, and you know, mental health.
I saw fucking
Getting
these
therapy for it
little kids on what was it? Fuck hate, or whatever the fuck it was.
Yeah, fuck
Yeah,
yeah.
it was like I was in a dark place. They were good videos though, by the way. But anyway,
Yeah, thank you, brother.
Yeah, calling them Maltesers. I love that.
no. You actually reacted to my video I made on you, and you skipped past that bit 'cause you knew what was coming. You watched it on the live stream.
Did I skip past it?
You did. I've got the archive somewhere. I might show you a clip, but it's like you just going no as it was coming up. I think it was as you called one of the kids a rodent. Oh.
Yeah, 'cause that was in like 2021, wasn't it? That was when everything was woke. Like, obviously, we're shifting back a little bit now, but back then, Jesus, I wanted that scrubbed. Like, obviously, I didn't regret any jokes I made or anything like that. I just didn't want to get taken off YouTube. That was all.
Yeah, no, that was COVID times. People had too much spare time. So you're right. It was like the woke period, I suppose, in that sense.
Yeah. Yeah.
But no, going a bit off topic, but you know, it's an interview. Who gives a fuck? What made you want to start doing Minecraft videos? Since that's what you started your channel doing.
What made me want to start doing Minecraft videos?
Yeah.
I was retarded, my friend, and what happened was I played Minecraft for years and could never work out how to do the multiplayer. Right, so I could never work out how to go on Minecraft multiplayer. I played for years, and then in like 2014, I sort of figured it out, and I was like, "Oh shit, this is how you get on servers." And then I thought, "Oh, I need to make videos out of this for whatever reason. I don't know why I thought people would watch." But yeah, it's just I did videos when I was younger as well. So when I was like 10, 11, 12, I did YouTube videos on a since deleted channel. I wish it wasn't deleted because it'd make for insane content now. But yeah, so I had that sort of in me, you know, from young to make videos. I always like being creative and that. And then that just combined with at the time when I was whatever 14.
Yeah, there's no specific creator that comes to mind. Like Sky Does Minecraft, a good friend of yours.
A good friend of mine. Well, what it was at the time, obviously my name was Brad Does Minecraft. But there's a little story behind that. My name was actually Brad Plays Minecraft for the first month, right? And then I had this. What I used to do to get viewers is I used to go on YouTube comment sections and try and get the top comment. And I'd use alt accounts and I'd use like I'd literally talk to myself. It was like schizophrenia, but like in like people's comment sections. So I'd comment and then I'd use loads of alt accounts pretending to be other people to reply to myself. So like I got to the top of the comment and then it worked. And loads of people had come to my video or whatever. So I did that on loads of big YouTubers. There was a COD YouTuber who used to do the same, but he was a bit dodgy with it. And because he didn't like the competition, the comment section on the Brad Plays Minecraft channel, he dislike botted all of my videos, yeah. So I had like 10 likes and they were all me and my alt accounts, and then like 150 dislikes every video. And he were like commenting nasty shit on every video. I was 14, I was vulnerable, I was a little shitbag, I was a soft kid, right? Yeah. I cried when that happened. So what I did, my defense was I was like, fuck this. I stopped doing Brad Plays Minecraft, did Brad Does Minecraft, sorry. So people think I was copying Scar, Adam. I was, I guess, but it wasn't. the initial intention. I was just getting bullied off a COD channel. That's all it was. I was just a bully victim.
The real stories are actually quite sadder, isn't it? Actually, so you know what. Anyway.
The actual reason why I did YouTube was because I dropped out of school. I was a very depressed boy when I was a teenager. But I wouldn't even say that's a sad story. That is a story of YouTubers that, like, no one who's gotten big hasn't been a little depressed shut-in. Do you know what I mean? Like, I say this all the time. Like, people ask me on live streams, right? Why is it that you think YouTubers always end up being nonces or being rapey, or like you've got more YouTubers being dodgy than like normal people, it seems. And I say the reason why that happens is because a lot of YouTubers were losers, right? Like myself, I just didn't go down that route, but like myself, I was a loser. And then you get all of this fame, all of this notoriety, you go from one extreme to another, and it just sends people's head west. Like, obviously, if you've got nonces, they're nonces to begin with. But I think people who just do the imallexx stuff, that's not something you're born with to say to a woman that you're going to hit her in the face with a brick. It's like, it comes from just being in a toxic environment, going from one extreme to another, not humbling yourself. Do you know what I mean? So, I think a lot of YouTubers have a shaky sort of start, and I really do think in the future we'll have documentaries about the YouTube life, because I think it's mental. I really do think it's mental to be a YouTuber.
Do you think imallexx had it rough though?
I think no, I don't think he necessarily had it rough, but I think he's just had it's a crazy life to be a YouTuber, innit? Do you know what I mean? To be a young person being a YouTuber full time, it's a lot more mental than like working in Sainsbury's. Do you know what I mean? It just So yeah, that's my point. I mean, this isn't to give Alex an out. Like, Alex is responsible for everything he's done.
It's not an excuse; it's more of a reason. That's what you're coming at.
Yeah. Exactly. It's not an excuse. It just explains why YouTubers tend to go that route. Do you know what I mean? So.
Yeah. That makes it. Cluster, are you gonna say something? I interrupted you again. Sorry. Go for it.
Oh no, I was just gonna like point out how that's a very interesting point. I didn't think about it like that. So.
Yeah, good take.
Yeah, I don't think many people have, but obviously doing this myself, I do think, because I know the effect that YouTube as a career can have on a person, has on me. Do you know what I mean? So I just know that if you don't humble yourself, and you don't sort of have people around you to humble you, and you don't have a little bit of humility, then yeah, it can lead to disastrous results, I think.
How did you humble yourself if you think you had a bit of a narcissistic period?
I've never been big enough. So like I've never been big enough to go too crazy with it, I think. And then also not to play like the northern card, but I come from like a working class background, you know what I mean? So all of my friends are working class. They're not these posh YouTubers. They're not these, do you know what I mean? They're not people who are in the YouTube bubble. Yeah.
And come allow it.
I'm not that bad, mate. It's just that I'm better than you, you trash. But anyway, carry on.
But yeah, they're not people who are in any sort of bubble. The down to earth people. So I think I've had the narcissism and stuff, but it's always been kept under wraps because of my environment. Do you know what I mean? I'm lucky in that respect. Definitely.
I was going to say, actually, because how old were you when you first started getting numbers? Like 16?
Yeah, about 16 when I first did it.
I feel like me, when I was 16, if I actually saw any kind of like growth on my channel, I would have been such a cunt.
That's it, man. I mean, I was 15, actually, tell a lie, when I first started getting views in the thousands, and then it just went up and up and up. So, I think that was a blessing as well. You know, the fact that I started getting it all when I was really young, because by the time I was 17, 18, I was a little more adjusted. Do you know what I mean? So, I think it goes wrong for people. I think it goes wrong for these 18-year-olds that just go from like loser 18, because I think everyone can be a bit of a loser at 14. Do you know what I mean? But I think it's a lot different when you've got these like loser 18, 19-year-olds that just go into stardom. That's what breaks a person, I think.
Well, like people like, I was gonna say Morgs, but he's not really a good example, is he? He hasn't really done anything that dodgy.
Morgs is fucking.
You've met Morgs.
Yeah, Morgs did it from young as well. Morgs did it.
I've met Morgs. My sister's been drinking with Morgs. He's fucking sound.
His sister's like 4 years old, by the way. So I think we need to look into that. But anyway.
Morgs used to watch all of my videos back in the day, by the way. Can we just say that? Morgs is a certified racist.
Well, he used to do the commentary, though. What's that?
Yeah, but even when he was big and not doing the commentary, he was still actively watching, like I say, watching all of my videos in like the 2017, 2018 time when I was really...
I swear...
let's go, bro.
I swear, because I used to follow Will and E in 2017 as well. I swear he used to like suck you off a bit as well.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Different times,
brother. Fucking, I'm telling you now, that group, though, if I post an Instagram story now, they are the first. They're watching in the first 5 seconds, you know, because of this Alex stuff. They're all like worried what everyone's going to say about them, I think.
Oh, they still follow you?
Yeah. Oh, of course, mate. You said that's quite a surprise.
No, I was just like,
you irrelevant piece of shit. How are they still following you?
Not because of that.
Nobody.
Not because of that. I'm on about because like they care about their connections. I feel like their fans would see that they're following you and be like, "Why are you following this racist for?"
Yeah, true. No, they still do. I mean, it's one. I think they probably think if they unfollow me, it's probably more trouble than it's worth because they probably see me as a type to be like, I don't know, to make a song and dance about it. I wouldn't though, but I don't know.
What's your opinion on the E-boys? All of them. Well, I'm including Nabber in this just for the sake of it.
Will Any, I think, is the soundest.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think he's probably the most down to earth because obviously he's a Geordie lad and that.
I was going to say he's Northern, yeah.
That's it. And I think he's probably the most down to earth. I think his videos are the best. I don't know if you've watched a Will and E video recently, like his main channel videos. They are good. They're not funny, but
they are production-wise, yeah.
Mate, just to put on the TV, like people have been. Like when I've said this to people, they've been like, "Oh no, what are you on about?" No, I'm telling you now, Will and E's videos are very, very good. Memeless is a nice lad. I've never known content deader.
He's got stale, but he's fucking boring now.
I've never known a time when Memeless wasn't stale though. I never understood the hype. I thought that man was so boring. He's lovely, but I thought he was so boring.
That's what we had this conversation earlier. I was because I used out of the commentary lads, he was like the main one I used to watch. I liked his little T. I think the sarcastic content was a bit refreshing for me at the time because I was a bit.
It's dry, it's dry, yeah.
Yeah.
It's not in your face. It's just sort of dry, I guess. So if that's your cup of tea, but it
was dry British humour, really. Like he'd just talk about Tesco meal deals, and I was already on board, to be honest. But
yeah.
What about who's the other? James Marriott.
James Marriott is actually lovely.
Really?
He does seem it, to be fair.
I met him, and he was the most autistic man I've ever known, I've ever experienced. But then in messages, I went through a short period of speaking to him, and he reached out to me because he was watching stuff I was doing and watching stuff I was saying, and I think it was one of them. I think I was a guilty pleasure for some of these people because they all hated it and they've all got beef and they all have beef with each other 24/7. I'm not just talking about the E-boys, but just all YouTubers, you know what I mean? And they all have problems with each other, but no one says it. Whereas I am quite proactive in just saying things. Do you know what I mean? I don't really care, and I think I'm pretty sure it was something to do with that. Why James messaged me one time, but we had a long conversation after we had met and stuff, and he was genuinely such a nice lad, you know, in messages. And then I spoke about that one time, and someone was like, "Oh yeah, you know, he chatted shit about you once on Twitter, got like 1,000 likes." I was like, "You what?"
Opinion changed instantly.
Yeah, but that was years ago. So
what did he say?
It was something about my content. It was I don't know. It was something
racist.
But it is what it is.
I'm surprised you said that because he's like considered to be like the poshest, most privileged one out of the bunch. But I think that's just because of how he talks, really.
Yeah. Inabba is. I've got a lot of personal experience with Inabba. A lot of personal experience.
I've heard he's a bit of a snake, but go on. What are you going to say?
I could tell you a lot of stories about Inabba.
We have time. Go for it. Go on, spill it all. Who gives a shit?
Fuck it.
That man, I'm telling you now, if you think... So everyone says imallexx is bad for throwing his friends under the bus. He is. Inabba is notorious for it. So Inabba is like... And it's such a shame because I say all this, I don't hate Inabba. I've drank with him. He's funny. He's funny in person. He says the sort of stuff that you'd expect me to say in private. He says in private. He is, but just his integrity, his level of integrity. At least let me speak back to a time where I used to be very, in the loop with these people, because I don't really know them now. People change, but let's say 2018, 2019 time, that man's integrity was through the floor. I'm telling you now, I knew so much about his friends from iNabber because he'd just tell me and my friend Josh everyone's business. He'd just chat shit, even though he knew what me and Josh Jamalad were like. He knew we'd make a video and we'd just use it as ammo, and I did. A lot of the jokes I've made about people's personal lives have come from iNabber, and no one knows that. But he'd do that just to get on my good side. That's what he's like. He's like the guy who tries to befriend the school shooter. I'm not trying to...
This isn't you, bro. Put down the gun.
That's it. So he's like...
Damn.
I'd see iNabber like that.
Like he's a social chameleon, then, in that sense.
I don't know what to call him, man. But he is the first to throw people close to him under the bus. He's not just done it to me. Many people know a lot of things about people in the YouTube community because of iNabber. So
I was going to say, because I found out recently that apparently you were more involved in the Slazo imallexx shit than people let on.
Yeah, big time. That was what really tore them all apart, because they all had a very, very tight-knit friendship group, them lot. And then when that happened, it ripped them all apart, because they were all trying to save face. So they were all stepping over each other. Literally just all in the swamp, just trying to jump on top of each other's shoulders, push the other one down to get up, do you know what I mean? To not come off bad when that Slazo stuff, hit the fan for them. But they definitely got a wake-up call. They tried doing something like that with me as well. But this is... I spoke about this on live stream. But this never went public. But there was a girl that I used to speak to from America, right? And I had met her a few times. This is when I was 16, 17. Mm-hmm. And this girl, she was something. I mean, Americans, I'm pretty sure she's non-binary now. But Americans are really, I don't know, they really are something else.
Mentally ill.
Yeah, truly mentally ill, to put it politely. But this girl she wasn't specifically saying anything too bad about me, but she was saying quite awful things about friends of mine.
Yeah. And
these were friends of mine that she had met for 5 minutes, but she was saying X, Y, and Z about them and saying, oh, they've done this to her and done that to her, right? And then she brought this story up to iNabber and imallexx, and they were going to run with it. This is what I found out. This is Alex and iNabber admitting this to me as well. And then they said, yeah, we were speaking to her for about 6 months, but then every single time she came to us, the story kept changing, and then she'd have breakdowns, and then she'd admit part of it wasn't true when we questioned her on it and blah, blah. But yeah, we were really thinking about it for a while, so we got to apologise to you, Brad. And I literally just said, the fact that this is the first time I'm hearing about this, why would you not just come to me and try and fact check at least something? Do you know what I mean? It took that this girl, so let's just assume that she wasn't, as sort of mentally unstable as she was, and she could keep herself together and lie better. You would have tried to do me in a Slazo way, do you know what I mean? So the second he said that to me, I don't know if it was them trying to get on good terms or whatever, or just trying to be like, yeah, no, we've got you back, Brad. It's like, no, you just knew that would hit the fan big time for you, do you know what I mean? So that's not something a lot of people know, but they did try and...
That's not really surprising though for one of them. I'm not surprised Alex did that, but anyway.
What fucking snakes?
Well, that's it, man. But that's what they were doing to everyone. They were doing it to everyone back in the day. That Slazo thing really just humbled them, because everyone it was just almost this sort of fighting for social injustice within the YouTube scene. But it's not because of good people. It's just because they want to. It's just brownie points. It's just brownie points.
So it was a really long time coming then for the Slazo shit, because you say they were doing this a lot behind the scenes.
That's it, mate. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, they were doing it a lot behind the scenes to lots of
They just unfortunately did it to the wrong person for them, in that sense, because it kind of Well, mostly Alex. I don't know how involved iNabber was. A lot more than what people actually thought, but mostly Alex got the shit. I mean, obviously, we had people like Kavos running to make his videos, but yeah, that's
Battle of the Lisps.
pretty much, yeah.
Kavos.
All right, yeah. Fucking hell, we've been doing pretty on a roll, guys. But anyway, question 4. No, question 5. Sorry, retard moment. What made you switch from Minecraft content to commentary? What was like the thing that made you make the proper switch?
I'll answer this one quick because I've been rambling like fuck and I've only just caught on. I'd say it was just a change in what I wanted to do, really, mate. It was just a change in. I think my humour started changing, and that came with YouTube as well. I think YouTube started to really shape my personality, which is strange when YouTube does that. But that started to happen. My humour started to change, and I don't know. I just started going towards the commentary stuff.
Was it a specific creator that made your humour change? That was like, I want to do this as well.
No, I think obviously Leafy is maybe a little bit. I think at that time, so it was Leafy who was really prominent. I think Leafy had about 100,000 subs when I switched to commentary.
Yeah.
And Leafy was watching all of my commentary videos as well, commenting nice stuff. So that was a big boost. I'm like, okay, I can really do this now. Relations turned sour between me and Leafy after that. But
why?
I just saw him as a target. I started seeing him. I just started seeing Leafy as a target. I was awful to him, really. I just thought he was quite ugly. And I tweet about that quite a lot.
Fair enough. Straight to the point on that one.
What about because I know Pyro came not long after Leafy, didn't he? He started doing the same type of videos. Were you ever? I know you were mates with Pyro, but how close of friends were you?
How close of we?
Did you ever see him as competition, or did you think you made?
No, I didn't see Pyro's competition. No,
You
Pyro
think he likes kids?
Oh my god! Wait, what was the reply to that? Sorry.
Pyro at the time was clear. I didn't see any of them as competition. To be fair, I just did my own thing. But Pyro, yeah, he was sound back in the day. We had the commentary Skype groups. There were like 10 of us. These are the groups. I don't know if you've ever seen Keemstar come out with his conspiracy theories about like the commentary.
We know it all. We know.
Yeah. So, some of those conspiracies are true. We did have the Skype groups, and sometimes we did plot against Keemstar. And I can say that now, and fucking this might get back to Keem, and he'll start having a breakdown because he'll be like, "Oh, fucking, I knew it," because no one's ever said that.
I knew it all along.
But yeah, my communication with Pyro was basically just in those group chats, more or less.
You're in one of his videos, so I wasn't sure if there was like a proper friendship there, but was it just more of like a general collab? You were like in one of he Skype called you in one of his videos. I can't remember what the topic was, but I know that happened.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah.
Nah, because they were that fucking Omnia house as well, weren't they? Did you never go to that?
I did. That wasn't where Pyro lived though. I've met Pyro though, but he didn't live at the Omnia house. No, that was Alex, Atozy, Billy Chubbs. Who else? I think that was it. And then it was Scott and Danny who worked for Omnia.
Good old Chubbs.
I'm just going to ask this because I'm actually dead curious now. Were you there when Pyro's dad threatened to batter imallexx?
Yeah, I was. So I didn't experience that conversation. I arrived. So Pyro actually sneaked me and my friend into this like pub quiz at Insomnia.
Yeah.
And so he sneaked us into like the VIP section where all the YouTubers were, and imallexx comes running up to us and he goes, Brad. I'm like, you all right, mate? He's like, pyrocynical's dad's just threatened me. I'm like, all right, okay.
I'm so sorry to hear that.
Yeah, all right, Alex. But yeah, so I ended up, obviously I am a prick, so that was a story that wasn't public, and I made it public on a podcast. And then Pyro messaged me and was like, oh yeah, just so you know, that's not true. And I'm like, okay, go on, give me your version of events. He's like, well, my dad just told him to go away. And Alex seemed to take it as a threat. So I don't know whether it's true or not personally. Pyro said that his dad just told him to go away. Alex came up to me and said that his dad threatened to hit him.
Would it even matter though if his dad said that though? Realistically, like, is it worth lying that he did or didn't do it? So in that sense, I'm basically saying he's probably telling the truth, no? Because does it matter?
I don't know, mate. I don't know, but I think that probably happened. I think for Pyro to be so quick to try and message me and like set the story straight, I think his dad probably did threaten Alex, but I don't think that's something Pyro care about now, given Alex's situation.
Yeah, he's too interested in messaging 16-year-olds anyway. Yeah,
but
next question.
No, well, what is your opinion on the Pyro shit, man? Or like,
I think it's weird.
Do you think there's anything there though? Like, because I know people always discuss the whole. I don't know if you've ever heard of another channel called Toastify who made like an hour-long video going through most of the shit. I mean, to be fair, most of it was about ancient reality and all the shit.
Ancient reality was a weirdo.
Yeah, he was the one that actually invited the French girl out to do some fucking dodgy shit.
He was fucked. That guy.
I will tell you that from first hand. That ancient, he was a weirdo. We had a YouTuber in those Skype groups called Erotic TV. Will.
Okay.
And at the time, Will was about 14, I believe. This is back when I was 16, so this is a long time ago. This is like 8 years ago. Ancient reality. We were all told in this Skype group that ancient reality was like 18. 17, 18. So it was like painted. So like when he did weird shit, it wasn't as. Oh no, actually, I think we were told that he was 16, 17, that sort of age group. So when he did weird shit, it was sort of like, oh, don't worry, he's only this age. And I ended up finding out later on that he was like in his early 20s when he was in this Skype group. Apparently, he was in his early 20s. Now that gets mad when I tell you what he used to say to this young lad, Erotic, and he might come out one day and say it himself, but he used to well, first of all, he used to send his self-harm pics to this lad. Right, so he used to cut himself and then send it to a 14, 15-year-old boy. He used to tell him how he wanted to fuck him.
Okay.
Yeah. Listen, I was witness to these conversations, and I watched someone make a video about ancient reality last year.
It would have been Toastify.
It probably was Toastify then, yeah, because he touched on the Pyro stuff and then moved on to ancient reality pretty much.
Yeah. So it probably was him.
Yeah.
And I actually left a comment on the video, and I just said, look, here's a bit of context about this man. He's not a great person, and it sort of got me. I shouldn't really say it, but I'll be very, very honest. I'm not going to shy away from the topic. It got me thinking about like Pyro and the rest of them, because I remember an era of this ancient reality being defended by people. Like, people were sort of covering for him. Now, you could argue that's because of his mental health. He was actively cutting himself and like sending videos in this group chat. So maybe to play devil's advocate, you could say, well, Pyro and all that, because Pyro was only young then as well. I think Pyro was 18 at the time. So like no one was like very, very mature, do you know what I mean? So you can't expect too much. But I remember that this man was protected. And that's all I'll say. I just remember that this ancient reality fella was protected, and his behaviour was quite a lot of the time excused. And when you look back at situations like that as a grown man, now in my 20s, that's when it starts to click. Oh, that wasn't very good. Do you know what I mean? That's when the light bulb goes off in your head.
Maybe there actually was an issue with that kind of thing.
Yeah. Are you talking more on the Pyro side now?
I'm talking about really both, to be honest, because the Pyro thing's still kind of not. I want to say unknown from the outside perspective. From what we know, we just know he likes sniffing farts. Yeah,
I think the Pyro stuff is odd. I think the Pyro stuff is very odd. Pyro's been in my stream while I've been drunk, donating to me whilst I've been talking about, like, whilst I've been saying what I'm saying to you now, but just in a different context. I've just been like, yeah, you're weird, you like sniffing farts. Pyro's been in my chat, yeah, within like the last year, and he's donated, and I've farted into the mic. He didn't ask me to, but I was just like, how's this for me? I farted into the mic. Then I don't think he commented after that.
You got a hard on.
You donated money to you to do it again.
Mate, he probably went for a wank.
Yeah. Got him in the mood.
But I don't know. I think I'd like to think Pyro's not too dodgy, but
I think a lot of people would, because considering the reputation he'd built, he's got like a pretty loyal fan base as well.
Do you know what it is with him?
What's that?
He's a bit of a sneaky boy, Pyro. He is very overly nice to everyone, and I think he does it. I used to truly think, and this is just my fucking nihilist brain, right? But I used to really think he did it to sort of keep everyone on his good side. And then when something does, like, I'm not saying he was always doing dodgy shit, but we all saw it when something came out about Pyro. How many YouTubers did you see trying to throw Pyro under the bus? Not many, mate. Do you know what I mean? Like, and
Yeah.
especially compared to like when stuff happens with other people. And I'll tell you why that is, because pyrocynical is very nice to everyone. Now, whether that's orchestrated or whether that's truly just because he's very nice, I can't say. He was always very nice to me, but sometimes I did get the impression that it had intention behind it. It was niceness with intent.
I agree with that, to be honest. Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's interesting coming from you, Brad, because Keemstar said the exact same thing. Like, he thinks the same thing, that pyrocynical like was just nice with everyone, fucking, like, just in order to like get people on his side in case anything came out against him. So
yeah,
it's interesting you think the same thing.
You've got to watch with Keemstar because Keemstar is driven by like personal vendettas.
Yeah, that's true as well.
Yeah, so but it's interesting that like so sometimes Keemstar might come out with something that's right, but I used to know Keemstar back in the day as well, and I can tell you that Keemstar was always driven from personal vendettas.
Yeah.
Like was always driven from like who snaked him and who's wronged him.
Because he had an issue with the French girl that he interviewed. Because for the sole reason of like she was mostly talking about Pyro, but she
No,
sorry,
she
not
was
Pyro,
mostly talking about
ancient reality, and Keemstar was like, I wanted her to just talk about Pyro, and it's like,
Yeah,
fucking hell, man,
so
you just
that-
got this victim to talk about her shit, and you're moaning about who she's talking about.
Yeah, so that tells you a story, doesn't it? He's not interested in safeguarding a victim. He's a lot more interested in throwing the guy that he wants to throw under the bus. So you do have to watch with Keemstar, but like I'd never use Keemstar as like a oh well Keemstar said this, do you know what I mean? But on that one occasion, I think it's probably interesting. Yeah, it's an interesting.
That's
point.
why I thought it weird when Pyro, not in a sense threw him under the bus, but like Keem had ammo on Pyro in 2016 about the whole French girl shit, and then Pyro decides to make a video going against Keemstar about this fucking Tobuscus shit, knowing that he had this ammo. It was like the most stupid fucking thing in my opinion. Like if you know someone has like bad ammo on you, you don't go after them over stupid shit.
They all play chess, so mate. Honestly, you would not believe how these people think. Like they take it so seriously. They think they're in a chess match. So that would have been like some move to be like, look, I'm not afraid to make a video on you or something. Like there's always a deeper thing to it. It's never like just black and white with these people.
No, you're right, because he actually got support from that as well. Like he didn't actually get shit from that, and I actually think he's wrong.
Right.
Personally, but I don't know if you know. I don't even know what his actual main point was against that video. I don't know if you remember.
I'm not entirely sure.
I just said Keemstar should have put a disclaimer in the Tobuscus video, despite the fact the title said disclaimer. It was like, okay, made a 10-minute video talking about how. I mean, it was quite funny though. This woman's talking about how she was allegedly raped by Tobuscus, and Keemstar's just sitting there doing like soy Wojak faces while eating popcorn. Like he don't give a fuck. He's just munching away while this girl's just spilling all this shit.
Well, I think Keemstar's response to Pyro was even funnier. He fucking went crazy.
Yeah.
Got files on top of files. That's what he said. Yeah.
Keemstar, mate, was so entertaining. And do you know what? That is an example of someone like thinking something about themselves, so like being so convinced of something that it actually sort of comes true. Keemstar thought that he was so powerful, and do you know what, mate? He fucking was it one time because he believed it so much. Keemstar was fucking powerful. People were scared of Keemstar.
It was funny.
And he was so entertaining with it as well. But he's insane, and he was never driven by the right things. I don't think. I think he was always driven by personal vendettas. But as far as entertainers go, I could never fault Keemstar. Keemstar was a fucking brilliant entertainer. Brilliant.
I think that's one of the main things that kept him going, though. Like you couldn't not cancel Keemstar. People kept coming back because they knew he'd be saying something funny on Twitter or some bullshit. But yeah. But that's I think we covered that pretty well. The next question was out of curiosity, what was your first internet drama you had?
My first internet drama might have been with Keemstar.
Okay.
Honestly, yeah, maybe. I don't know. Oh no,
I thought we were Bashaverse one.
Yeah, Bashaverse. Yeah, you're right. Keem came later. I had a bit of a Barney with Keemstar shortly after, but yeah, it was with Bashaverse. Yeah, no,
Bless his soul.
with Basher. Yeah, rest in peace, fucking hell.
Fucking mate, if you want to talk about a depressing story on YouTube, Basherverse is definitely one of them. Fucking hell, he's the one person I don't know whether your opinion is on him, whatever the fuck, but he's the one person that never really got that happy ending. Whether you think he deserved it or not, he fucking, and it was fucking COVID when they got him in the end.
I think he was a bit of a weirdo, Basher. So he was living with a guy I used to be friends with, Adam Sky Does Minecraft, and he used to lie to Adam and his ex-missus about, do you remember Clara Babylegs?
Yeah.
Yeah, so he used to lie to them about Clara's age. So he used to say she was 18 and I believe she was 16 at the time, and Basher was like 30. So, yeah, I think Basher was a weirdo. I think there was a lot of validity to the stuff about Basher, but it was sad the way things went with Basher. I think Basher was an example of someone who could never catch a break.
It's kind of unfortunate because you kind of have to like realize he was putting himself in this situation as well. But I mean,
no, that clip were funny though. When he's like in a mental breakdown.
Oh, brother!
He fucking reacted to that.
I've never seen anything like it. Honestly, it was insane.
Oh jeez, yeah, that was pretty fucked. But then he made a video just eating popcorn, reacting to himself having mental breakdowns. And then you have to think, was that a real breakdown or whatever the fuck?
I think he was just taking the piss like Keemstar.
It was real, yeah.
It was makes sense. It was just targeted towards Keemstar, which made sense because Keemstar was making around like 3 fucking Basher videos a day.
I'm telling you now, right? 2016 YouTube was something else.
It was better.
Yeah.
Mate, trust me, we were the viewers. We watched. To be honest, actually, I started watching you probably when I was like 13. So you like
that's what everyone says. You should not have been watching me at that age.
Yeah, your parents are shit, mate.
I'll make you feel old now, though. I'm 20.
I had people saying they started watching me when they were like 10 and stuff. I'm like, what was going on in your house? Why were you watching me at 10 years old?
No, I remember once I showed my mum the day in the life of my mum video, the first one.
Yeah.
When I was like 13, and she was like, "Why the fuck are you watching this? What's wrong with it?"
I was banned from schools, mate, and everything. Like, I've known so many stories of like me being banned in classrooms because people were playing my videos in classrooms, and because it was that offensive, I was banned. My videos were banned from schools.
No, yeah, in school, me and my mates used to fucking love your videos, and we wanted them. I don't know if you remember that merch that you did, where it was like, "I spent 15 quid on this top because I'm a dumb cunt."
Yeah,
we wanted that, but it's fucking never got it.
Too poor, mate. Because you're up north.
That was such a stupid idea for merch, you know, because all my viewers were like teenagers or like younger, so they had to ask the parents if they could buy it, and obviously the parents aren't going to say, "Yeah, you."
Did it sell a lot though? Did you get a lot of sales?
Not for the views. Not for the views I was getting. No. So it was one of them where I think if I did a different type of merch, then it would have done well. It made in the thousands. Like low thousands. But you've got to remember, this is a time when I was doing. I mean, the video that I announced the merch and got 1 million views. So this was a time when I was really, really on my game with views and stuff. So yeah, you would have expected more, really. But obviously, no one's going to buy a kid a shirt that says on it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, fair enough. But anyway, who was the first YouTuber you met in person?
Chubbs.
How was that interaction?
I met Chubbs. I was autistic as fuck, mate. this is back when I was really anxious. I was really, really anxious.
Wait, sorry, was this when you went to Germany with him so you could drink?
Yeah.
See, I know all this shit. See, I stalk you. Go on. Sorry, you were saying?
Yeah, man. Fucking hell. Jesus Christ, you know that. Yeah, we went to Germany together early 2016, and it was the first time I'd like met up with friends since coming out of school, because obviously I lost all my friendships, so I was like pretty much a shut-in for a couple of years. And then my mum, thank God, you know, she let me do that at 16. She let me go to Germany with 2 men I've never met. You know, one of them, Chubbs' friend who I went with, he needed to have 2 airline seats just to fit in the airline. He was that big. He was a massive lad. So if he wanted to rape me, he could have done. Do you know what I mean? It was one of them.
Yeah. Mate, your mum saw opportunities there, mate. It was going to be like one of those Jay situations. Brad goes missing in fucking Germany. Went YouTuber Chubbs. She knew you're going to be on BBC News with Philip Schofield this morning and all that shit.
Nah, she made the right decision. I think she sort of understood that it was going to be character growth for me. I don't think I realised how much character growth I get from it, but that's what sorted me out.
Did it take much convincing though?
No, not really, not really. But with that said, she was never a laid back mum or anything. She was a very attentive mum. So like with me saying that, you probably think, oh, a bit of a council bitch. Nah, she was on it. My mum was on it. Like she was a very, very attentive mother. But I think she just sort of realised that it would do more good than bad because of the situation I was in. I wasn't leaving the house. I think she just thought, right, I'll let him, and then hopefully this will lead to something. And it did. And then I started going to America on my own, Australia on my own, and that's what really fixed me.
Yeah, you met people like anything for views and stuff like that.
Yeah, How to Basic, Max Morpho, all of them.
Yeah. So, like, did you do like the classic YouTuber thing though, when you're meeting someone for the first time? You're like, "Look, mum," and you showed them some of their videos. Like, this is the guy I'm meeting. Just like to almost like convince them that they're not dangerous.
No, my mum had Chad on Facebook somehow.
Oh, okay.
I met Chad for the first time. I didn't realise I was meeting him. I met him in America, and then I think I probably FaceTime my mum, and Chad was in the background, and Chad ended up adding my mum on Facebook. So it was that once I went out to Australia, Chad and my mum spoke. Do you know what I mean? It was never. I think you tried to pull her actually. Now that I think back to it.
Did it work?
Would you have let him?
No, I didn't work. No.
Oh, do you still speak to Chad?
Not too regularly. When was the last time I spoke to him? He sort of like replying to stories and stuff. Do you know what I mean? It's that sort of level. It's not like a phone
He's
call.
doing well now for him, though. Him,
oh yeah, he does very well. Yeah.
Yeah, him and Max Mofo got cold ones. So
yeah, that is so successful. What they're doing, they So when I was out with Chad and staying with him, I was buying all of Chad's food in 2017, just as like a thank you. Like he didn't ask me to, he didn't tell me to, but just as a thank you for letting me stay in his house. Because we were making the same amount of money. We were both making about $2,000 a month. We were just making a normal wage. And Chad will be worth a few million now. And
good for him. Yeah, I mean, fucking more power to him.
Yeah.
See, the edgier ones can still make it, because I'd argue he's a fucking edgy cunt as well.
Yeah.
So, you know,
I really think the pendulum is changing direction, mate. I know I said that earlier, but I really think that is the case now. I think there is a career to be made from the sort of content we used to make in 2016 and 2017. I think it's genuinely, not that it's coming back to that level, but I just think there's an appetite for it again. I think people went too far in the woke direction, and then you've got people wanting to rebel against that because they're like, yeah, this is too woke. And now you've got an appetite for the stuff that I used to do, for example. And that's why I'm back on YouTube as well.
Yeah.
Well, my thing is, I feel like I don't know if it's just like a teenage boy thing or what, but I feel like you gravitate to like the most outrageous shit just naturally.
Yeah.
Because you're like in your rebellious phase, you're like, oh, fucking hell, they're not supposed to be saying that. I love that.
Yeah, you become a proper lad,
definitely.
mate.
Definitely. And I think I think as well, it's sort of like, it's in our culture, like in the UK, because a lot of us were raised in a certain way.
My dad hit me.
Yeah. Not even that, but just like a lot of us were raised in a way where like words didn't mean too much. Do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
You know, like you call each other a cunt, sort of like endearingly. And I think because of that, you have that gravitation towards content that is edgier, that does push the boundaries, because I think it reminds people of a time where things were different, and probably a time that people preferred, possibly. Do you know what I mean? It reminds them of when they were younger and stuff.
Yeah, because when you were in school, that shit really didn't matter. The worst you'd get is a detention after school for saying the N-word, mate.
That's it.
Brilliant.
That's
Get detention after school, 10 minutes, you're all right. Say it now, you got fucking an army of people on Twitter coming at you.
You're getting it, mate. Literally.
It's just how it is. You know, we need to normalise the N-word is what I'm trying to say, but but yeah, no, my next question will be for you is what were your favourite type of videos to make out of your time on YouTube?
My favourite videos are, like, I know it's a cop-out answer, but they're what I'm doing now, because I'm genuinely so invested in it, because my live streams pay my bills, and that's how I make a living.
Yeah.
It's just there's no pressure with YouTube videos to like pay, to pay money or whatever, and it's genuinely like doing it in 2015 again, but just with an audience. So I'd say literally what I'm making now is my favourite, but I'd probably say back then, for like the content that used to bang on that, I'd say the spam email and the Tinder, the grinder, all of that stuff. And I'd say more because of the reaction. Like people loved it. And I think that's what you care about more as a YouTuber. It's a reaction to your content. Like you enjoy making the stuff that people are going to enjoy watching because at heart you're an entertainer and you're trying to entertain. And if you know you've done a good job entertaining, do you know what I mean? That's a content that you most enjoy. So yeah, it was that stuff really, I'd say.
No, good for you then, if that's what you like. I know. What's your schedule for live streaming? Out of curiosity, is it just whenever the fuck you want, or?
Yeah, just a couple of times a week, mate. I can't.
There's no schedule you need to keep to.
That's it. I can't really do a schedule because if you're not in the mood to live stream and you're there with a wheel spin,
it comes across as well.
Yeah, and the entire content for me personally with my live streams is just spinning a wheel. It's pay to win, right? So to make that entertaining, I've got to be in a really entertaining mood. So if I'm not in that mood, I can't do it. So I would do 7 days a week, and I'd probably have quite a bit of dough. Do you know what I mean? I'd probably have £1 million in the bank if I did that. But it's just one of them. It's you've got to understand that you still want to entertain people. Do you know what I mean? Like getting money's nice and that, but I can't really do it more than twice a week. Otherwise, I'll just be shit. I'll just be dead.
No, I mean, you'd feel yourself that the content's getting stale, and that's probably the worst when you think your content's stale, not just the audience.
Yeah.
But no, I think talking about your live streams, I think a personal favourite moment is probably when you called the mental hospital and pretended to be an escaped fucking patient.
Stuck in a tree.
Stuck in a tree, yeah.
I still do that to this day, mate. I'm telling you now, right? Cheeto Royal, they have me on the training video, so I've found out, right, from staff that have worked there, right, that I am literally, when people get a job at Cheeto Royal, they're told about the guy who rings up and says he's in a tree. I'm telling you now, mate, I am so powerful to these mental hospitals.
That's amazing.
Mate, this poor woman, man, she was concerned.
If I ring them now, if I ring Cheeto now, I've got to go a complete different angle because the second they hear my voice or I say John Jesus, they just go, all right, cheers, John, bye. Or like, okay, Brad, right, see you in a bit, bye bye, and just put the phone down.
Like guilt them. If you hang up, I'm gonna kill myself. And put that on the record. That's what our mental hospital's doing. But, next question would be, how many people do you still talk to in the YouTube scene?
Not too many, mate. I'd like to say I've still got connections in a sense. I've got phone numbers left, right, and centre. Do you know what I mean? If I wanted to try and reach out to people, there's quite a lot of people I could reach out to still. But
yeah,
as a sense of like, who do I still regularly speak to? Not a lot of YouTubers. Truly, not a lot of YouTubers. I was never like, even when I was big, I never really gravitated towards the YouTubers. They really do. And a lot of these people live in anxiety. They live in sheer anxiety. They're constantly scared of not doing well. They're constantly scared of getting cancelled. So it's just, they're not my people. It's not my tribe, if you get what I'm saying. It's not the sort of people I gel with. It never really has been, sorry. So yeah, when it comes to YouTubers, I just prefer talking to my pals. I've got pals who know all about YouTube. Do you know what I mean? I've got pals who are involved with YouTube and stuff, but they're not really YouTubers as such. So
it's a bit refreshing then in that sense.
That's it. Yeah.
The next one's quite a funny one. Can tell.
This is.
I was a bit in a goofy mood when I typed this one out. Clearly. Can you tell us about the Tro story where he tried to suck someone's willy?
Who's Tro? Oh,
the right opinion.
The right opinion.
The right opinion.
Fucking hell, man. First of all, what an actual monster of a human being he is.
Really?
I'm telling you now, he's I've got to take this jumper off for this one. I'll start sweating. Yeah, man. You've never met anyone, right? YouTuber outside of YouTube who is such a weirdo. He was an oddball. He walked like a lobster. He walked like a crayfish from side to side. I swear to God, like his feet were broken. He was just a level of autism that I've never experienced before in my life.
Yeah.
Literally did a crab walk. He came up to... We didn't know who he was. He came up to me and Connor, Giraffe, right? This insomnia. And it was the first one we had ever gone to. And he came up and he went... And like everyone's chill, was talking to all the YouTubers and that. We're all having whatever... You know, meeting people for the first time, everyone's calm and that. And he came up, and I don't know if it was because he was anxious and he was like you know, anticipating meeting these people who say these things online, blah blah, as if we're going to say the same things in person, not realizing it's for content. Do you know what I mean? So I don't know if
Yeah.
it was like a bit of anxiety on his part, a bit of anticipation, but he just comes up to me and Connor and he says something like, "I've seen your videos, and just so you know, you will not speak to me like that." And we both just looked at him like, "What? You like? What do you mean?" And that wasn't the worst. That was sort of just like so. When that happened, we just looked at him and then we're like, "All right, mate," and then looked away. And he sort of just went on with his business and walked like a crab over to someone else then. But then we ended up at a house party a couple of nights later, and the guy's there. And obviously, when you're at, you know, when you're in someone's kitchen, you can't really escape the guy. Do you know, like
From kitchen window.
yeah. So the first time we're in a conference centre, we could sort of just walk away. We were like, "All right, mate, weirdo, fuck off." We didn't know who he was. And then we're at a fucking house party, and he comes up. He's obviously had a bit to drink. We weren't causing any issues, but he comes up and he says something to Connor, and I think he was just trying to get under Connor's skin. And it was definitely from intimidation. Connor's 6'6", and all these geeks, obviously they weren't all like that, but you know, it's clear to see if it kicks off, who's coming out and it's fine. Do you know what I mean? It's not a you cunt. Do you know what I mean? It's not a these fucking YouTube geeks. So I think, I don't know, again, if it was a bit of anxiety that made him do it, but he just came up and started giving Connor a bit of shit. And I think Connor eventually got some idea about him. So he just said to him, "Look, if you don't move out of my face," they were like these patio doors, he said, "I'm going to put your head through that fucking door." And a pyrocynical jumps up. He's like, "Whoa, come on, boys," right? And then that's when I think the right opinion. So this is when we found out he was gay. So Connor didn't mean it in a way where the right opinion was coming onto him. He just meant, "You're being annoying. Get out of my face."
Yeah.
But the right opinion took it as a homophobic sort of dick. We didn't know he was gay, right? So he goes, "I wouldn't touch you with a 10-foot barge pole." And I just looked at him, right? And everyone was just silent and just like, I honestly, it's nuts. It's nuts. And I'm just like, what is going on with this human being? And then he went into the like the storage closet and cried. This is an Airbnb. It was Jamie Pine's Airbnb. Jamie Pine goes in. Jamie Pine's a vlogger from back in the day, UK vlogger. And he goes in and he goes, and Jamie's actually gay, but Jamie's like, Jamie's sound as fuck. He's not, you know, in any way weird. He's a very, very, very sound lad. I still feel this to this day. I still speak to Jamie now and again. But Jamie's actually like openly gay, and Jamie went into this closet where he was, and the right opinion. I always thought the story was that he offered to suck Jamie's finger, but he didn't. Jamie came out to us and goes, "Yeah, no, he's just been crying, and I've been trying to comfort him, and just out of the blue, he stops crying and asked to suck my dick." And we were just like, "What is going on in this house? Get us out of this fucking gaff." Do you know what I mean? It was just nuts. It was insane. It was unreal. So that's the right opinion for you.
I mean, fucking, you've got to have something wrong with you to make fucking 7-hour long like James Charles videos.
Does he do well? Does he do well?
He's doing quite well in like, today's standards. Like, he's not breaking a mil per video, but he's not far off.
But if he's doing long videos and getting hundreds of thousands of views, he's making.
Yeah. But he's got about 50 editors he has to pay because he doesn't edit his videos. Or does he just speaks into the mic. I don't even know if he writes his own scripts. He just speaks into it. He goes for about an hour or whatever the fuck. So, but no, I dare say he's making a few in the fucking.
I've watched 5 minutes of a video from him, right, and he seems like sort of like he can form a sentence. It's insane because in person, this guy is. I truly think there might be something wrong with him, and then if there is, I do apologise. I don't want to commit hate crimes, genuinely.
Well, how many takes do you think it takes for him to like read out a script?
Oh, it takes me a good 4, mate. So it probably takes him about 400.
Bless him.
Yeah, but no, I don't know why this fucking question's on here, but because we've already asked it. But I was will you ever bring back the private videos? We already got the answer. No. Are they just gonna be stuck by? Is it a paid per view thing now? Or are you ever gonna like put them on like a Google Drive?
I do have them on a pay per view site. I don't know how long I'll be on that site for now, though. With me coming back to YouTube, I'm still. I've got a contract going, so I can't leave just yet. I've still got a post on there, but put it this way: if something doesn't get renewed, in a few months, that'll be the end of that as well. So the videos will be pretty much gone forever, unless I decide to watch them on stream and stuff.
You're not putting them. Are they still on Patreon, or just take them off there as well?
So this site that I have them on, that was like my replacement from Patreon. So I had to move from Patreon to this new website, essentially.
Fair enough.
Yeah. All right. Well, the final question, quite an interesting one. Fuck, marry, kill. imallexx, pyrocynical, Chubbs.
Marry Chubbs. Any day of the week. Chubbs, me and Chubbs used to clash like fuck. You've never known two people who hate each other more than me and Chubbs. And he's had so much character development. He's such a lovely lad now. It's a breath of fresh air speaking to him. And all being well, we're meeting up soon as well. So that'll be a good Instagram picture. So marry Chubbs.
Nice.
And then kill. You know what? I'd probably kill Pyro. I couldn't fuck Pyro.
Really? Is it because you know what he's into, though? Is that what the off-put is?
I know what he's into. And I don't think he's a great-looking lad.
You think imallexx is?
imallexx is?
Yeah, what's going on?
No. But, right, correct me if I'm wrong. imallexx is a twink. So, and he's 5'4". If I had about 30 shots, yeah, he's looking a lot more like a bird than Pyro is.
Are you sure? Are you sure about that? Have you not seen some of Pyro's little Twinkie posts on Instagram where he dresses as a woman?
No, because Pyro's 6 foot. Like, Pyro's a man, so like even if he puts all the slap on and puts a wig on, he's still a man, and he's a man.
How tall are you? Are you 6 foot?
I'm 6'1".
So you're still taller, so you got a bit of dominance there, though.
Yeah, but Alex is like 5'5", mate. If that, he is literally. Alex is a bird. If I'm 30 shots deep, Alex is a bird to me. Do you know what I mean? So.
And what, is Pyro still Pyro? Is he at least like a little bit, like, does the furry shit not excite you, or?
Brother, 30 shots deep, and I'm probably going to start, like, exposing Pyro for all the other stuff I know. Do you know what I mean? Like, no, I'm joking.
No, that was... And that is the Brad Does Banter episode. Anyone else got any final questions before we wrap things up?
Not really. It's been a good episode. It's been nice talking to you, Brad. Yeah,
I know.
Pretty insightful.
Appreciate it, brother. I've not really let any of you speak.
Yeah,
no, it's fine. I've enjoyed listening.
That's all right.
I've been
Gives me less work
for a while. So.
Yeah.
Can you tell the narcissism now? You've just listened to me speak for 90 minutes. No conversation.
Did you see us try and stop you? No.
Honestly, I just felt like I've been watching one of your streams, to be honest. But
oh, bless you, mate.
No, there was in 2018, mate. You called me a nonce on your stream. I've got the clip still somewhere as well, so we go way back. Really, you just don't know it.
Did it have a reason for it, or
no? I think you were drunk, and I just spammed your chat, called me a pedo, and you did.
Oh, actually, right, okay, fair enough.
I want to bring this up. You can cut it out of a podcast episode or whatever. I don't care. But when I was 14 in like 2018,
that's hot.
It was fucking in your Discord server, like 3 in the morning. I was waiting in the call. You dragged me in. You were fucking Jam the Lad. You just called me the N-word and then kicked me.
Keep that in, mate. Keep that in. Oh my god, I was sweating then. I was like, fucking Jam the Lad. Yeah. What's he done? What the fuck's he done? Yeah. I thought you were about to say when I was 14, Jam the Lad dragged me into the Discord.
No, he groomed me, mate. He fucking
groomed me. I swear to God. I was like, eh?
Well, you said you were sweating. I was like, Brad, remember that 13-year-old you messaged last week? But yeah. Oh. How are we doing then? Are we all good? Concluded? Has anyone got anything else to say? Final words?
I'm sound.
Right,
Brad, thank you very much for coming on, mate.
Yeah, you're a legend, mate. In our eyes, you're a legend in our eyes.
God bless you, mate. Thank you.
Yeah. See you later, guys.